Hello friends, today we are going to study the topic which you know commonly as a sore throat. It is produced due to the inflammation of the back of the throat, and in medical terminology it is called as pharyngitis. So today in this presentation we will study first nasopharyngitis, second acute pharyngitis, and third, that is chronic pharyngitis. So let's start with the nasopharyngitis. Now pharynx is divided into the three parts: nasopharynx, oropharynx, and hypopharynx. So the inflammation of nasopharynx will lead to a production of a nasopharyngitis. Now this nasopharyngitis can be a acute nasopharyngitis or chronic nasopharyngitis, and chronic nasopharyngitis can be further of two varieties. One is simple chronic nasopharyngitis and second is atrophic nasopharyngitis. So nasopharyngitis first variety is acute nasopharyngitis. It is produced due to the viral or bacterial infection, and generally the infection follows the nasal or sinus infection. Means suppose a patient is having a sinusitis and then he will develop a acute nasopharyngitis. So it follows nasal and sinus infection, and the causative factor is viral and bacteria. So the infection will lead to a clinical features like dry burning sensation, pain that is aggravated on swallowing, and other constitutional symptoms like fever, malaise, etc. Treatment of acute nasopharyngitis is use of analgesics and decongestant, use of antibiotics and antihistamines which reduce the irritation, and apart from that vitamin C is also used for the treatment of acute nasopharyngitis. Now the another variety of nasopharyngitis is chronic simple nasopharyngitis. The chronic nasal, it occurs due to the chronic nasal or sinus infection that are extending to the nasopharynx, and it will result into the clinical features of a post nasal irritation, inspiratory snoring, and a mucopurulent sticky discharge with a granular pharyngitis will be there. You have to do the differential diagnosis of it with a nasopharyngeal tumor, or a psychiatric problem may present with sometimes similar features. And third, enterochoanal polyp and chronic sinusitis may occasionally resemble the chronic nasopharyngitis. The treatment of chronic simple nasopharyngitis is the treatment of cause. Means a chronic nasal or sinus infection is present, it should be treated. Alkaline nasal touches and gargles dislodge viscid secretions and helpful in clearing the dislodgement of viscid secretions. The chronic atrophic nasopharyngitis will be present along with the atrophic rhinitis, and the features will be of atrophic rhinitis as well as the treatment is also of the atrophic rhinitis. Now let's see which are the various oropharyngeal and laryngopharyngeal infections, and then we will see the acute pharyngitis and chronic pharyngitis. So first, the oropharyngeal and laryngopharyngeal infection can be divided into the non-specific variety and a specific variety. In non-specific variety, there can be a acute pharyngitis or due to the chronic pharyngitis. The specific variety, it can be a acute or it can be a chronic. The acute infections are Vincent's angina, Now this Vincent angina is also known as trench mouth. In this condition, there is painful infection with ulceration, swelling and sloughing of dead tissue from the mouth and throat due to the spread of infection from gum. Another acute infection, that is diphtheria, that is caused by Mycobacterium diphtheria. The other acute infection can be caused from the thrush. It is a one kind of fungal infection. Thrush is a fungal infection or a actinomycosis. Another viral infection, that is herpes, can also produce a acute infection, and a glandular fever. It is a viral infection caused by Epstein-Barr virus. In chronic infections, it can cause by tuberculosis, syphilis, scleroma. Scleroma, what happens? There is a hardened patch of tissue in the skin or mucous membrane due to chronic infection causing inflammation, swelling and scarring of the tissue. Another chronic infection that can take place is due to leprosy, sarcoidosis. In sarcoidosis, there is abnormal collection of inflammatory cells that form a lump known as a granuloma, or another chronic infection that can caused by a malignant granuloma. Now let's see the another topic, acute pharyngitis. Acute pharyngitis is a common infection and it is very similar to the acute tonsillitis. The etiological features in the acute pharyngitis are: first is chronic pharyngitis superimposed by acute pharyngitis. So a person is suffering from a chronic pharyngitis and now the person develops acute pharyngitis. So chronic pharyngitis superimposed by acute pharyngitis, leading to a production of acute pharyngitis. Another etiological factor is common viral cold, that is the commonest cause. Bacterial infection, commonly due to the Streptococcus hemolyticus. But apart from that, pneumococcus and Haemophilus influenza may also cause it. Exanthemata like measles, mumps may be accompanied by pharyngitis. The pathology of acute pharyngitis, there is congestion of lymphoid tissue as well as mucosa of its glands. The clinical features of acute pharyngitis are: in case of catarrhal acute pharyngitis, there is a marked congestion. The pharynx appears like a red velvet and uvula will be edematous. In purulent acute pharyngitis, the pharyngeal wall will be coated with mucopurulent discharge, and where there is a ulcerative or gangrenous acute pharyngitis, in extreme cases ulceration with membrane formation will be present. The differential diagnosis of acute pharyngitis should be done with the systemic disorder like agranulocytosis, pernicious anemia, AIDS, or it should be differentiated with the diphtheria, where it may resemble with the severe ulcerative pharyngitis. That is why it should be differentiated with the diphtheria. Exanthemata, the prodromal stage may be present with similar clinical picture. The treatment of acute pharyngitis is use of antibiotics, use of analgesic to relieve the pain in the throat, and warm saline gargles. Now let's study the chronic pharyngitis. Chronic pharyngitis is a common disorder of the throat and there are wide range of etiology. If we study the etiological factors, age wise usually affects the persons above the age of 15 years, and both the gender are affected. Both male as well as female are affected by chronic pharyngitis. The predisposing factors can be studied in the endogenous factor and exogenous factors. In endogenous factor, the first factor that is related to the nose and paranasal sinus. Nasal blocking due to the deviated nasal septum, hypertrophied turbinate, polyp makes the patient a mouth breather, and it leads to a chronic pharyngitis. Allergic rhinitis is often accompanied by allergic pharyngitis. Chronic sinusitis may result in chronic pharyngitis of lateral wall due to the purulent postnasal discharge trickling down into the area. The another endogenous factor is factors related to throat. Chronic tonsillitis and dental sepsis. It may act as a septic focus and will lead to a production of a chronic pharyngitis. The another endogenous factor is a respiratory tract related, that is bronchitis and bronchiectasis may lead to formation of chronic pharyngitis. Another etiological factor is in the endogenous factor, that is tropical eosinophilia, may manifest as a pharyngitis. Now what is tropical eosinophilia? It is characterized by cough, asthmatic attack and enlarged spleen, and it is caused by Wucheria bancrofti. It is a filarial infection. So in that condition also a pharyngitis, chronic pharyngitis may present. Another endogenous factor, that is intestinal parasites, may cause allergic pharyngitis. Faulty voice production and overuse of voice may predispose the person to the chronic pharyngitis. The exogenous factors are tobacco. Smoking and tobacco chewing act as a chronic irritant, and that's how it produces a chronic pharyngitis. And the condition smoker's throat, that is well known condition that occurs due to the tobacco. Another factor is atmospheric pollution, may also cause pharyngitis. Alcohol, it may act as a irritant and produce pharyngitis. And the third factor, that is functional, emotional factor and fear of malignancy aggravate the condition. In that condition you will find that the patient tends to hawk frequently. The pathological changes that are present in the chronic pharyngitis are changes of inflammation and hyperplasia in mucosa and submucosa. The mucous glands are hypertrophied and become cystic, and there is a marked lymphoid hyperplasia. The symptoms of chronic pharyngitis are irritation. There is chronic irritation in the throat. Often patient will feel there is a foreign body sensation, and it indulges unnecessary hawking for clearing the throat. There may be a presence of cough. Dry irritating cough is often present. Pain will be present in the throat. Vocal fatigue, the voice tires out soon. And the other symptom, that is blood stained spit, may be present at some time, which may also be produced by other causes. The various signs of chronic pharyngitis. In case of catarrhal pharyngitis, there is a presence of congestion. In granular pharyngitis, the posterior pharyngeal wall is studded with granules which vary from pink to deep red color, and there is a dilated blood vessels on examination of pharynx. In follicular form of pharyngitis, there are multiple yellowish cysts present occasionally due to the cystic change in the mucous glands. In lateral band pharyngitis, manifest as a lateral portion of the pharyngeal wall along the track of postnasal discharge. And in atrophic pharyngitis, may accompany atrophic rhinitis. There is glazed thin mucosa which wrinkles on gagging. The investigations helpful in the chronic pharyngitis are: first is routine hemogram. In that you may find presence of eosinophilia and anemia. Radiograph of paranasal sinus, it will find sinusitis as a cause of chronic pharyngitis. Radiograph of chest to exclude a chronic bronchitis or a pulmonary tuberculosis. Apart from that, throat swab, culture and antibiotic sensitivity may be required. The treatment of chronic pharyngitis is to find out first the cause, and it should be treated. So you have to find out the endogenous cause or exogenous cause, and the cause should be removed. Hawking should be avoided as it aggravates the disease. Another treatment is with chemical cautery. 15% silver nitrate applied once a week for 4 to 5 sittings may give symptomatic relief for a long time. Gargles are not of much value as they fail to reach up to the posterior pharyngeal wall. Steam inhalation is quite soothing and it can be used. Another treatment is with the help of Mendel's paint applied locally, which will give soothing to the throat. Electrocautery. In resistant cases, electrocautery of the granules often brings a relief. And last part of the treatment can be with the help of a tranquilizers. It helps to allay the apprehension. So that is the treatment of chronic pharyngitis. So with this slide, I end up with the topic. In next presentation, we will study some other topics related to the pharyngitis.